that's the problem. Have you ever heard of the tale of Blair Adams?
No, I haven't.
No.
Oh, God.
You'd be running, too, if you knew the tale. So now I'm going to tell you the tale, so you're probably going to start running.
I appreciate that.
We need you guys to be calm.
Especially because he's
This
driving.
is a calming story that helps us so that we have a getaway vehicle when we get
You
out.
can run while you're driving. You could do run driving.
No, you can't.
Like the Flintstones.
Right, thank you.
Many classic horror films are based on actual cases, such as Amityville Horror or Exorcist. And some modern films, such as The Conjuring, have a basis in reality. But there's one modern film, It Follows,
Oh, yes.
that might have had a real-life analog
What?
Whoa.
No.
in the life and death of Blair Adams. Now, Blair was a very well-liked foreman of a local construction company in British Columbia, Canada. He was known as a friendly, affable guy, always wearing a smile and without an enemy in the world. But that all changed in the summer of 1996. His mood began to change, and he started having wild mood swings. He began to lose sleep, and his demeanor grew darker and darker. His mother noticed and asked him what was wrong, and he responded, "I don't think I should tell you about it."
Ooh, that's creepy.
A terrible answer.
Yeah, not the one Mommy wants to hear.
Exactly.
Now, the next day, July 5th, 1996, Adams went to his bank and withdrew all of his money, $6,000 Canadian. He also emptied his safety deposit box containing thousands of dollars worth of jewelry, gold, and platinum.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Just do it all at once. Pull the plug, rip off the Band-Aid.
Also have some kind of security blanket is what I meant.
No, I'll talk about
Wait,
just
how old
everything.
was this guy?
He was a foreman, so he's probably his late 20s, 30s.
What? And he's got a safety deposit box full of
Jesus.
jewels? He's got like a
Family.
mini...
Family.
Okay, all right. I thought
It's,
this guy was like
it's his family. Yeah.
miniature Scrooge McDuck, but of Canada.
So this guy was on some kind of lockbox list. So it's like and/or, right? So this guy could open it.
Yeah, like the family jewels, technically.
Damn.
Actually, the family jewels.
I feel like he was very financially responsible.
Now, 2 days later, he went to the U.S.-Canadian border, but was turned away. It seems a man desperately looking to leave the country with a bunch of cash, gold, and jewels is looked at as suspicious, and so they turned him away.
True that.
Goddamn Canada.
No, so the next day, he formally left his job. He quit, bought a plane ticket to Frankfurt, Germany, which was due to leave in like 2 days. He then went to a friend's house to ask them to smuggle him into the U.S. right now. That he couldn't wait the 2 days.
Ooh.
Now, the friend noted that he was in a high state of panic, and she was unwilling to help him. So Blair went to the airport, got a refund for his ticket, and rented a car. Then he drove to a different part of the border, and this time was able to get through. And immediately went to Seattle, went to their airport, got in a flight to Washington, D.C.
Home of Starbucks.
That's
The Emerald City.
and that's why we need a wall.
Thank you.
Jeez.
He landed, rented another vehicle in D.C., and drove that straight to Knoxville, Tennessee, about 500 miles away. Just straight, just went for it. Now, he arrived in Knoxville and stopped at a gas station, complaining of car troubles.
Knoxville.
It seemed the car wouldn't start. The attendant checked the car and found he was using the wrong key to start it.
Jesus.
Even though he just drove 500 miles, they searched him and around the car. They could not find the key anywhere, even though he had just driven there, had just gotten out of the car.
So he is mentally deteriorating at this point.
Yeah, he's starting to detach. So they planned to tow the truck to a nearby motel, and Blair hitchhiked there before a truck could arrive. He went in and out of the lobby several times, about 5 times over the course of an hour, walking in and out. Employees said he appeared paranoid, nervous, agitated, constantly looking over his shoulder. He eventually booked a room, left the lobby at 7:37 p.m., but never went back to the room, never used the room. The next morning, his body was found in a parking lot about a half a mile from the hotel.
What?
He was dead as fuck. Someone had ripped open his shirt and removed his pants.
Okay.
What?
Both of his socks were on, but
Ooh.
turned inside out.
Oh.
Scattered around his body were about $5,000 U.S. and Canadian money,
Okay.
There was also a bag of gold and jewels at the scene with some platinum in it.
Definitely makes
So
it suspicious.
all of his stuff was there. Everything was there.
When you mean
Also-
like scattered around him, do you mean
Like,
like
just-
in the general area or like specifically around him? Like
No, just like just poof.
okay.
Yeah, just
So
like
he
it,
was
yeah.
dead, and all this stuff was just left there.
Yeah, nothing was touched. And also the keys to the car were found on the ground 10 feet from his body.
Oh, thank God they found them.
So at least that'd be the worst to die and not know where your keys
Yeah.
were. I've been
The
searching for them. They're
worst.
right there
That
the whole time.
anxiety.
Oh, you
Ooh,
get to the
that's a bad
afterlife, they're
one.
like,
Die with
"Ugh."
that?
Yeah.
And then when you get to the afterlife, they're like, you know they were right there. And you're like, oh!
Son of a bitch the whole time.
It takes like a millennia to get over that shit.
He's
Trust
like, how
me.
long do I have to be here before I can like just fuck off and go back because you're an asshole?
Now, his body had several cuts and bruises, but none were even close to being life-threatening. The final cause of death? A single, horrific blow to the abdomen that literally ruptured his stomach.
What?
Oh,
One hit, brr, stomach blown, dead.
wow.
That's how this dude died. There were 0 suspects. He had no enemies. None of his friends or family had any clue why he was so afraid or why anyone would ever kill him. Blair didn't know anyone in Tennessee and was not connected to the area in any way by business, family, or anything. It wasn't a robbery. It wasn't a drug deal gone bad. So what happened? Is it possible that when the hair raises on the back of your neck and you feel that someone is watching or even following you, that you may be right?
Damn.
That was smooth.
Great.
Woo!
Call me a
One
fish because I am
punch.
hooked.
One
Okay.
punch.
Oh
Okay,
my,
so-
oh my.
Okay, so he thought he was being seen by someone, right? That's just what he said.
He
Right?
just, well, I mean, he never
was
really
acting
he-
like it.
He never really expressed it. He just acted that way constantly.
Yeah.
He was on the move constantly. People said when he kept on coming in and out of the lobby, and that he would keep on looking over his shoulder, like that that something was coming for him. You know, he got the plane ticket. That wasn't going to be. That was too long. He had to keep going.
He's also crisscrossing, trying to get kind of like subterfuge on it. Like,
Right.
How many pounds of pressure per square inch do you think it takes to burst a stomach? That's got to be
amount.
a
Good
good
amount.
amount
It's
of
only
force.
5 to knock someone out on their jaw, right? Like that's the math.
I
Like,
think so.
Yeah, 5
Let's
pounds.
find out.
5 pounds of pressure on the jaw is supposed to be able to knock you out.
I think it's
Okay.
also 5 pounds of pressure per square inch to rip off a scrotum. In a
Damn.
downward
Oh.
force.
Okay, you guys have been doing some interesting studying on your off time.
Don't
by the
fuck
way.
with us.
Yeah, not at all.
Very weird math.
This
Yeah.
is how we're going to open this safe.
Gonna rip off.
Yeah,
the balls off this safe.
Rip these balls right off the safe.
Vault balls.
the family jewels.
Balls.
Good band name. There you
Vault
go.
balls. Dude, that's like totally just core punk. You know.
Vault balls.
Yeah.